What surprised you most? A film that came through that you said, oh my gosh, I never thought I'd see anything like this.
Yeah, I think one that is also in our new directors competition that was an entry was a Chinese film called The Road Not Taken. And again, there's like a really subtle, nice comedic touch. It's a road movie that's about a relationship between a man and a boy that he's supposed to be taking care of, but it's a fairly contentious relationship. There's just a real beauty to it, and the way that it ends is completely unexpected as well. So it's really, for me, exciting to see what's happening in contemporary Chinese cinema and the more kind of smaller, independent scale.
Billy Friedkin is going to be coming in, and he has a new film.
Well, he is actually the subject of a brand new documentary called Friedkin, Uncut. So it's by an Italian filmmaker, first-time filmmaker, who it's both revolving around a direct interview with Friedkin, and then also really just looking back at his body of work, both through his own eyes and also seeing the images. So we're thrilled to be having him here, another great Chicagoan, coming back and to celebrating his career. One thing that's really nice is our shorts program, the City and State program, often is it's a platform for filmmakers then who go on to make a feature. So sometimes we're tracking what they're doing as short filmmakers first. Otherwise, friends in the filmmaking community are always connecting us with other filmmakers. But for example, there's a film in the festival that Olympia that it's a DePaul graduate, and while we've had a lot of great relationships with DePaul students and filmmakers, this is the first I had heard of him and seeing the film, so that was exciting as well.
I hear you having a lot of comedy shorts too.
We do. I mean, we had decided, we've been talking about doing a kind of more substantial comedy program for a couple of years now. Again, Chicago is just a great comedy city. Now there's the Harold Ramis Film School at Second City. A lot, besides showcasing the work of Buster Keaton and really highlighting it, a lot of great filmmakers are talking about the influence that he had on their appreciation of film, their connection to wanting to be a filmmaker. So, yeah. Cool.
You also have Melissa McCarthy's film, right?
We do, which is really interesting because it's not a straight up comedy, and there's so many great kind of comedic moments that tend to be more subtle than how we're used to seeing Melissa. We have a Cuban comedy, which is also in our new directors program, called The Extraordinary Journey of Celeste Garcia. And, there's a touch of satire in there and deadpan comedy. So really it's a commentary on kind of the cultural, social, political kind of situation in contemporary Cuba. But it also is a comedy that with a heart that just tells a beautiful story. So.
Has anyone asked to go see something in particular in Chicago while they're here?
Oh, we had this one Japanese filmmaker that his all-time favorite film was The Blues Brothers. And he was just so excited to be in Chicago, the city of the Blues Brothers. And, I think the city has changed physically so much since that film was shot, but the essence of the city is still the same. And, his big motivation while he was here was to go visit some of the locations of the film. So, but, I would say overall our visiting filmmakers from around the world are just incredibly impressed with the city. I think it always exceeds their expectations, whether it's, the architecture, they're like, gosh, I feel like I'm walking on a set, to just the cultural offerings of the city, to the lakefront, to the music. We always try to make sure that they experience other parts of the city, so other facets of it.
Well, and having so many filmmakers from around the world, it's really, when you show films like this, you are really giving the people here or the people who go to the festival a tour of the world, an adventure.
Yeah, we always say that you can travel the world without leaving your movie seat.